wanna see what's going on. Ride my vibe, baby.
Let me ride the vibe. Listen, ride the vibe. Listen, ride the vibe. Listen.
I wanna see what you've been
What's
on.
up, Game Changers, and welcome to the Game Changers Podcast. I'm your host, TJ, aka Mr. Game Changer, and I'm back with another episode of the Game Changers Podcast, man. This is episode 108. Welcome. Welcome to all the people that have been listening. Welcome to the newcomers, man. NBA playoffs is here, and Mr. Game Changer has not been around, bro. And I think based on my last pod, y'all kind of know why a little bit, but man, just to sum it up, I've been in a mental slump. I've been really in a mental slump lately. Shout out to my family, close friends. Shout out to God himself for trying to help me get through this mental slump. I know where it stems from. Can't really talk about it right now, but I'm just pushing through, man. As a game changer, as I continue to try to change the game with not only my voice, but my attitude, my aura, as you young people would like to say. It takes steps. It takes stepping over hurdles. You feel me? Multiple steps. A lot of people don't tell you when you stepping. You stepping in this thing called life. You gonna have to step over some hurdles. Preach, preacher, as they would say in the church. You know, I'm a PK, a preacher's kid, so you know I can preach from time to time. But the NBA playoffs, man. Oh my gosh, this some of the best basketball I've seen in a minute, to be honest with you. And right now we're in the conference finals, so that's Eastern and Western Conference finals. But just my opinion on the last round, I'm not gonna go to the first round. Even though my Lakers, I'm gonna get to actually, let's just start off, get my Lakers out the way real quick. If you're asking me, TJ, did you believe they can win the NBA championship? I believe that about my team every year, okay? Just as, you know, New York Knicks fans believe that, just as Indiana Pacers fans believe that, okay? Any other fan base. I, of course, believe that, but it just didn't happen because they didn't do the things that were required, and they didn't have enough. Like, sometimes you say to yourself, my team has to do this, and this in order to win the NBA championship, and they didn't do some of those things. Also, they did not have a big man. We've been begging Rob Pelinka for a big man for the last 3 years, and it has not happened. So, no championship, no fifth ring for LeBron. You know, it's all type of memes out there with LeBron chasing his fifth ring, LeBron and Luka. It looked great. And we could have beat Minnesota, but we just had to outscore them, and there's no way we could have did that. I mean, there is a way, but we didn't do that. So I don't want to go on this long soliloquy on how the Lakers should do this. I think I want to touch on the Lakers a little bit more going into the offseason, what they can do to repair their team. But we just didn't have enough. But continuing to the second round. So we got the Indiana Pacers versus the Knicks. The Cavs played the Pacers and the Knicks played the Celtics. Let's start in the East. The Celtics and the Knicks, watched that whole series. Jason Tatum obviously went down with a they said ruptured. They didn't say tear. They say ruptured Achilles. Okay, now he's strong. He's young. I believe he's going to come back. But that's a hard injury to come back from. But that series, like that game that they lost where he ruptured his Achilles, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brunson were going back and forth. They were going back and forth. It was one time in that third quarter where they trading buckets. It was that good of a game. So I wish he kind of didn't go down because, you know, that would be the excuse of the Celtics fans. But I still think the Knicks were going to win in 6 or 7 because Jalen Brunson playing lights out, clutch player of the year. Karl Anthony Towns up and down, but for the most part, he's been playing well. OG Anunoby playing well. Like, that team as a whole has been playing well, and so has the Celtics. They shown that actually in the next game when Jaylen Brown and Cass won against the Knicks without Jason Tatum, but it still wasn't enough because I do think the Knicks were the better team overall. Let's go to the next game. Indiana Pacers and Cavaliers, same thing. Even though, Donovan Mitchell, he did seem hurt a little bit. And I think Mobley and Garland was out for a game in that series. I still think Indiana, fully healthy Cavs, were going to beat the Cavaliers. And I said this to my friend Jalen. I told him that I believe that. I told somebody else that they were telling me, oh, they going all the way. That's what this playoffs is really all about. It's about matchups. Do you match up well against the team that you're playing? And we actually saw that tonight against the Timberwolves and OKC. We saw that. So do you match up well? And we saw the opposite with the Lakers and the Timberwolves. The Lakers did not match up well with the Timberwolves because we didn't have a big man. Let's go over to the other side. We got the West with the Timberwolves versus the Warriors and OKC versus Denver. Let's start with OKC versus Denver. Again, a matchup issue. When OKC gets out and run, they can run it up on you quick. They play Jokic very well. Very, very, very well. And I'm going to get to a point, a very important point in a second when I talk about OKC because they're still in the conference finals. But, yeah, Michael Porter Jr., get him off that team. And I seen a few trade rumors, Lakers Nations. Let me say my words properly. Lakers Nation, so y'all hear me. On Twitter or wherever y'all at, do not put Michael Porter Jr. in no more trade talks with the Lakers. Because that's what fan bases like to do, especially my fan base, the Lakers. I know I got on Chicago gear right now. I still rep Chicago. I still rep the Rack, okay? Always and forever. But y'all know LA is my favorite team, and every time we lose or after a game or throughout the season, they post these mock trades. And I seen Michael Porter Jr. in one of them. We don't want him. He was shooting terrible. He couldn't shoot a damn ping pong ball in a swimming pool if they asked him to. He was doing that team a disservice. They was playing the other dude more minutes. They was playing Brian more minutes than him. They had to bring another person off the bench. Michael Porter Jr. playing so bad. And Jamal Murray, we see why he not an all-star. We see why he not an all-star. He just a second option, a great second option. Not a number one option. You can't trade Jamal Murray to a team. Well, let me not say that. It's weak teams out here. You could trade him to Charlotte Hornets and he'll be number one. But you can't trade him to a contending team right now and he's option number one. I'm sorry. I don't know where you will rank him. I don't even think he's in the top 15 players. Maybe not in the top 20. I don't want to be disrespectful to Jamal Murray, but I'm just saying, help Jokic out. Jokic needed help out there, and he didn't get it. The Timberwolves versus Warriors, another injury. Stephen Curry out. The Warriors weren't really going to do anything with the Timberwolves. Like I said, they're what their name are. They're a pack of wolves. They're dogs, so they're going to come at you any different ways. Naz Reid can shoot the ball. DiVincenzo coming off the bench, giving you great minutes. Mike Conley, veteran-type player, making great plays. Anthony Edwards, he's everywhere. He can play defense, a great two-way player. Like, you have so many. Jaden Daniels, he's stepping up, he's scoring. He's not only guarding your best player full court, he's also getting 15 to 20 a night. Now they beat the Warriors, and now they're playing OKC. This is the first game, the Pacers game. As you're watching this right now, the Pacers and Knicks game is today. But going back to this most recent game, OKC versus the Timberwolves, where do I start? I could start at the free throw disparity. The free throw difference. SGA, he has 31 points, but he shot 11 free throws. Or he made 11 free throws. My bad. He probably shot more. 11 for 16, something like that. But 11 minus 31, what's that? I almost said 21. I think that's 20. So 20 points. He technically has 20 points, but he goes to the free throw line. We could start there, or we could go to the Timberwolves turnovers. Let's start there, because you're not going to win a game with that many turnovers. Y'all was turning over the ball out the wazoo, and that's what y'all coach said at the beginning of the game. He said, hey, they I forgot how he described OKC, but basically they get out and run, and they can go up big by going up and down the court. They a big shot Bob team. They can run you out the gym if they really want to, because they're that talented and they're that deep. OKC is close to a complete team. Excuse me. And they're playing the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves started off well, but I think OKC fixed their mistakes faster and better than the Timberwolves did. And a lot of that has to do with coaching. I feel like, the coach for OKC outcoached the Timberwolves in this game. I think it is going to look a little different. I am taking the Timberwolves in 6 or 7. But this was a game for OKC to win. Because if OKC lost this game, we'll be looking at this team a totally different way. Because they're calling SGA a free throw merchant, which he is. He goes for them fouls. He tries to bait the defender into getting the foul. It was a couple calls. It was a few calls tonight. I was like, oh my gosh, that is not a foul. This whole way, refs, we've been playing playoff basketball. Y'all been calling the games pretty fair from what I've seen. I've literally seen most of these games in these playoffs, and y'all been calling it pretty fair. Other than that Knicks series. Now that Knicks series, I was like, oh, y'all making some calls that's not really making sense now. Now, other than the Knicks Celtics series, overall, the games have been called pretty fairly. So for Shea to get some of these calls that I would consider unreasonable, it's a lot. It could be a lot sometimes. So Adam Silver, NBA, if y'all can get that together, that's my only complaint about these playoffs is probably SGA, and the fouls. Yeah. SGA. That's probably my only critique is SGA getting too many fouls called. But I think the Timberwolves are gonna pick it up. They played a little sloppy second and third quarter. And my point that I wanted to get to about Alex Caruso when he was guarding Jokic. You go from guarding Jokic, probably arguably the best player in the league. Some people think Shea is. But I think Jokic is a tad bit better than Shea. In my eyes, the triple-double king for this season, or the last season, or the year before that, according to some people. Alex Caruso stood in there and defended Jokic well those last 2 games. I know he was mainly on him those last 2 games because, like I said, with the coaching of OKC, they have good coaches, and it shows. The adjustments, it shows. So Alex Caruso comes from Jokic to now having to guard Naz Reid or Jaden Daniels or Anthony Edwards. I don't even think he guarding Rudy Gobert is no need. But if he needs to get a big body, it's mainly Naz Reid. So you go from that to Naz Reid, it's a cakewalk. I want to say this about Alex Caruso. Another mistake my Lakers made in trading him. An NBA championship was won with Alex Caruso on the Lakers. So I don't understand why you would trade this hardworking, talented, hard-nosed white boy. Why would you do that, LA? Rob Pelinka, oh, you didn't want to pay him. You was going to come out of pocket. Money, 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 space, space, space. I don't want to hear it, bro. I'm tired of, and that's one thing not to keep coming back to the Lakers, because I don't want to do that this pod episode. The Lakers, I'm tired of shifting. Like, when I look back at that Lakers Timberwolves series, I firmly believe this. If we had Anthony Davis on that team instead of Luka, we would have won that series. We would have won that series because it's a difference. When you got a guard, when you got a double team, when you got an elite guard, and you have to double team him as a defense, it's easier to double team up top and help back or recover back to the backside. But when you're double teaming down low, which they would have had to do with Anthony Davis, it's harder to close out back up top. That's all I'm saying. So they was eating us alive on the double teams up top because we getting turnovers. We turned over the ball. It's going here. Is he throwing it to the wrong person? That's not a shooter because Vanderbilt in the game. Like, it was so many different things that led to the loss of that, bro. So getting back to the Lakers, because I can go off on a tangent. If we had Anthony Davis, we would have won that series, and I kind of miss Anthony Davis. Like, I know y'all can sit up here and say, bro, you so ungrateful. You got Luka on your team. Bro, I'm cool, bro. See, when I tell people I'm a Lakers fan, they ask me, when did you become a Lakers fan? When LeBron came? I'm like, no, I've been a Lakers fan all my life. I don't like being asked that question. Not really. I'll answer it, but I'm like, bro, do I really have to answer this again? So it really don't faze me. Like Luka, like I've had Kobe on my team. I've had Shaq on my team. You feel me? Like, I've had all these great players on my team. Kobe for, like Lamar Odom, a dog. I'm talking about people that I would want to keep on my team, not just as role players, but as key players on my team. So when we switching out players every 1 or 2 years, trade them here, trade them here, help LeBron get his 4th ring. I really don't like that narrative because it becomes so powerful that you think that it's true, especially as a Lakers fan. Like, is LeBron playing coach and getting rid of people just so he can get this NBA championship? Because I'm looking around, it ain't working. 2020 it worked. I talk about it all the time, and I will keep talking about the 2020 Lakers. And a lot of these teams are taking that blueprint. OKC, they can go small and big. When you're able to do that both at elite levels, when you're elite at the small ball and elite at playing regular size, 2 big man lineup, you're going to win a lot of games. Because it's not only the offense is there, the defense is also there. When I say small ball and elite, I don't mean just offense. I mean those small ball players can shoot the ball, but also can play defense. And those big time players can rebound the basketball and get blocks and also play defense. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, OKC, Hardenstein, Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren is skinny, but he still get them blocks. He still get them rebounds. And he can score the ball. Like, bro. And they got, Williams, Wiggins. They got people coming off the bench that's long, fast, and can rebound and can defend. The 2020 Lakers were the blueprint, bro. And it starts with Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is on this team on OKC that might win an NBA championship. I don't put it past them. Even though I chose the Timberwolves to beat OKC, I like Anthony Edwards. So I'm going to go with him because he's a dog and he's proven that he can get past great teams, i.e. the Lakers, i.e. Stephen Curry and the Warriors. So the blueprint. Who else? The Indiana Pacers. Excuse me. A little ice break. A little water ice break. The Indiana Pacers. The blueprint. They got multiple people that can come off the bench and defend. Obi Toppin is coming off that bench and giving them great minutes, bro. I would love Obi Toppin on my team. I would love him on my team coming off the bench and just causing hell. Playing defense, catching lobs, getting blocks. Like on the switch, he ain't sweet on that switch. Unless you got a super fast guard like De'Aaron Fox or Shea. But or maybe Brunson. But them other guards, oh yeah, he own that. They got two bigs. They got Siakam and they got Miles Turner. 2020 Lakers being a blueprint, bro. Who else? The Knicks. Come on, bro. They got Miles Bridges and OG Anunoby defending. And then you got people coming off the bench. Who coming off the bench? You got McBride coming off the bench, guarding really well. Why am I forgetting the Knicks bench players? We got Mitchell Robinson, Cat. Come on, man. They can go small and big. That's all I'm saying. Most of these teams that is in these conference finals have the blueprint of the Lakers. So when I look at the Lakers front office, I'm just a little confused. And I said I was gonna talk about the Lakers quick, but man, it's hard not to. Looking at these players, and I'm like, dang, we had Caruso, we had Josh Hart, we gave him away. We had Julius Randle, we gave him away. But we did get a championship in 2020, but we did not keep that team. Why didn't we keep that team, man? Why? I watch highlights from that series. We beat the Rockets with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. We beat the Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I think it was another team. They was talking crazy. Ooh, it was another team. I forgot. I think it was the Nuggets or something. But that team was crazy. So back to these playoffs, man. The Timberwolves just overall need to stop making mistakes, and I think they will clean up those mistakes. I think their rotation needs to be a little bit better. Like once the OKC coach is taking out certain players, the Timberwolves coach needs to do the same. He needs to make sure those matchups are accurate because sometimes Rudy Gobert out there, he didn't look the best. Naz Reid position, he kept trying to back Williams up. That was not working. That's when the coach should, hey, Naz Reid, don't do that no more. He's a big body just like you. Let's find a way to move the ball around and get a mismatch or something. But it's hard to find. That's another thing with OKC. It's hard to find a mismatch with OKC. It's really hard. It's hard. And I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on the Knicks too. They're going to be trying to get them switches. Jalen Brunson, maybe on Turner. But what happens when they take Turner out, put Siakam at the 5, Obi Toppin coming off that screen, he can defend. You better shoot over him. Obi Toppin can defend. So I think the Knicks are going to have similar problems to the Timberwolves with OKC because you got Indiana and OKC being two teams that are very balanced, very overall good teams, have great players or good enough players at each position that will come out and work their butts off for the team. That's one thing about OKC. That's one thing about the Pacers. If I was to pick 2 teams out of the 4 that really share the ball and really play as a team, nothing against the Knicks and the Timberwolves, but those 2 teams I can see going to the finals. OKC and the Pacers, it's going to be a lot of running. It's going to be a lot of running, gunning, fast breaks. It's going to be an exciting finals. So, people, if we see OKC and the Pacers get to the finals, please do not overreact. I know that ain't 2 big cities. OKC, I've been to OKC before. It's nice. Indiana Pacers. Indiana is right across the street from me, so I be there from time to time. So these are pretty small cities that may make the final. So please don't overreact. Oh my gosh, it's not New York or LA or Detroit or chill. It's not chill, okay? Even though I think New York may pull it out, but Indiana, they got some tricks up their sleeves, bro. But this whole playoffs has been great. I hope y'all been watching, man. I hope y'all been tuned in. Every game, it teach you something different, especially if you putting money on it, boy. I feel bad for the people putting money on it because I put some money on a few games and I think I won once. But the other few times, bro, had me hot, had me heated. I'm like, bro, I ain't never putting a parlay. Who I put a parlay on, bro? Michael Porter. I think it was Michael Porter. I picked him to like get 4 rebounds or 2 threes or something. Boy, he stunk it up. He stunk it up, bro. Who else? It was somebody in the first round, bro. I forgot. I think it was somebody on the Heat or something, bro. I was tweaking, yo. I was like, yo, if I hit this 16 parlay, I'm gonna get $7,000. And I went over, bro. I'm like, bro, it's no way he'll get this. Bro, I think it was like $7 for like $7,000, bro. I was so mad, bro. I think I missed like 3. Don't bet, man. Don't bet. It causes stress, y'all. Do not put money on these games. Just enjoy the games, man. Another sports topic I want to touch on is the WNBA started last weekend. Today's Wednesday, so last weekend the WNBA started, and it started off with the Chicago Fire versus the Indiana Fever. And they played, and you know that's Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Back to the LSU Iowa days. And during the game, Angel Reese caught the ball and was going up for like easy layup. She was wide open. And Caitlin Clark came up from behind her and kind of like pulled her down, fouled her really hard to the point where Angel Reese falls to the ground. Angel Reese gets up, looks at her crazy, charges her a little bit. Had to be broken up. Crowd goes crazy. And that was supposedly a big thing. And one thing I do want to talk about is RG3, Robert Griffin III, the ex-football player, talking about the situation, and Ryan Clark responding to him talking about that situation. So RG3. He basically, I'm a paraphrase it because I don't have it on hand, because he wrote a whole thing about it, and I don't know why he did that. It was unnecessary. But he basically said, Angel Reese doesn't like, or I think he used the word hate. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And it showed. She's just lying about it in the media, pretending that it was just a call. But you've been hating her ever since Iowa and all of this. And he's basically telling us why he thinks Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And then Ryan Clark, another ex-NFL player, comes out and says basically, RG3, you don't know what you're talking about. You sitting over here talking about this black woman, you don't know nothing, but you wouldn't know nothing because you don't have the perspective of a black woman. You don't know about that because you're married to a white woman. And here's where the conversation lies. A lot of people said Ryan Clark crossed the line. Even RG3 responded, was like, why are you talking about my family like this, that, and the third? Or talking bad about his family. And I'm on the side of Ryan Clark. Because he didn't really say anything too negative about your wife. He just said that you can't really explain the black woman's perspective if you go home to a white woman every night. Because you get her perspective more than any other perspective, really, because like as a married person, I can speak for this. You see your spouse every single day. You talk to them. You tell them your thoughts. You're intimate with them. You express things that you wouldn't express to a normal person. So if you're going home doing this, explaining things, talking, having conversation with a white woman, and now you're talking about a subject that deals with a black woman, and you're saying what she feels when she has not said that at all, that's a little concerning to me, and it was to Ryan Clark also. So when he brings up your white wife, you get defensive, and so many other people gets defensive. It's like, no, I heard somebody say, it's not because he has a white wife. It's because Angel Reese has always been a B word to Caitlin Clark ever since Iowa, and I disagree with that. I feel like these girls is just out here playing basketball, and it started off with a hard foul. I feel like we should critique the WNBA players just how we do the NBA players. Like, don't treat them any way different, because this is the game of basketball. They're all playing the game of basketball here, and it was just a hard foul. But RG3 took it a step further for some reason. But I agree with Ryan Clark, because you can't speak on that when you go home to a white woman. And then he's online making multiple jokes about white milk and my white this, my white, like he parades her around as like this object. Like, and even Ryan Clark was like, I don't even think your wife wants to be looked at that way. Oh, look at my tall glass of white milk. What? See, that's how I be saying, folks. It's like, I know why I never marry a white girl, but I do understand why black men, like, when they do move over there, I'm not saying whatever your reason is for going over there, cool. But when you get over there, y'all get a little bit flamboyant and like, this my trophy. Look, y'all, I have a white woman, like, showing her off like she's supposed to be better than all these other women out here. And frankly, it's not like that. All men and women are created equal. Let me just say that before I give this opinion, because y'all, I know how y'all like to get. But I'm just saying, like, me personally, I would never, maybe date, but I would never marry a white woman, because she would never understand like what my people go through. She would never understand what it's like to, be raised a certain way. Like, when we have our black kids, because that's what you have I think 2 or 3 black children with this woman. Would she ever fully understand what it's gonna feel when they 16 and they got their license and they driving and a police officer pull them over? You ain't, let's say if they feel some type of way, what are you going to say as a white wife to them? It's not much you can say, because you don't understand that situation. So I'm on the side of Ryan Clark just overall. He made a lot of good points. But I just think stand on the basketball point, because I don't want to get too far away from that. For you to say that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, I mean, there could be some dislike there, but hate is a strong word. So when you say stuff like that, and it was just a hard foul, even Angel Reese said it was just a hard foul. The refs got it right. play on. That's it. It's just basketball. I done been elbowed before. I done been pushed out the air before. I didn't have people tackle me as I'm going up for a layup or foul hard. And I take it as is because I come from that cloth. I come from that. Don't let nobody score easily on this basket or you running suicides. Oh, I knew what time it was. I wasn't just fouling out the wazoo, but I'm going up with contact to defend my basket. And that's what Caitlin Clark did. Now, it did look a little excessive. That's why I was assessed a technical foul. It was a technical foul. Angel Reese said the ref got it right. It was a little much by Caitlin Clark. But I mean, it wasn't really nothing there, even though they do have history. Even though people on that Caitlin Clark bandwagon have said multiple racist things to Angel Reese. Now, that's a whole different conversation than this RG3 Ryan Clark thing. Because you have Caitlin Clark that's coming from Iowa, a majority white state. And it's probably some racists out there too. Like, and how do I know that it's mostly white? I went to the University of Iowa for a college tour when I was looking at colleges coming out of high school. I think I only seen 2 black people on that campus. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going here. I want a little bit of diversity. So she's coming from that. And now she's going to the Indiana Fever. Another majority white state. I just told you, Indiana is right across the street from me. Not literally, but figuratively. Like literally, I could drive 10, 15 minutes and be in Indiana. And it's white people out there. You feel me? Of course, it's some black people. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to all the other, black-centric places in Indiana. But Indiana is majority white. So you got these crazy whites in Iowa merging with these crazy, some racist whites in Indiana. And you merging those 2 fan bases together that half of them don't even like black people anyway. like... So, because they be killing me. They be saying like, oh, Angel Reese is just a bogus person. That's why we don't like her. Or she misses so many layups. Or she baits. Or she misses layups on purpose. Or she sucks. Like, they use certain things that are true sometimes, but also sometimes not true, just to get across a point of why they don't like her, but it be a mask. That's not really why they don't like her. They don't like her because she black and she got confidence and she talk her stuff. And she beat Caitlin Clark. They'll never forget that. That's one thing they'll never forget is her beating Caitlin Clark to, I think... Was that the NCAA championship? I think it was. It was the championship. So a lot of them fans ain't gonna forget that. And they own her about that. They own her about just everything now. Like it's like, and this is with every group of people, but not when it comes to racism, but just groups of people in general. If you come for somebody in that group that is beloved, they gon' come at you. They gonna come at you. Like if it's a little black boy selling lemonade on the side of the street and a group of, let me not use black and white, a group of Hispanics come over there or it don't even have to be Hispanics. Let me not make this a race thing. Just a group of older adults come over here and mess with this little black boy's lemonade stand and start messing it up. And I'm with a group of people and we see this and we all black. We're going over there and we're saying something or we're defending him. So I get trying to defend Caitlin Clark, but a lot of people get out of hand. That's why at that game, the first game, Indiana Fever, the same game, the WNBA is investigating some of the fans for saying racist remarks to Angel Reese, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's racist in Indiana. Real talk. In a lot of parts of Indiana, it's racist. I'm going to just keep it a buck. It's racist over there. So you feel me? Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese gonna always have this battle. I don't think they best of friends. I think when they see each other, they can be cordial if it's something for work or business. But other than that, they keep it in mute. RG3, keep your opinions about black women to yourself. Okay, when you dating a white, I'm just keeping a buck. For if I was married to a white woman, you think I'm finna come in a room full of black women and give my opinion? I'm not saying that's what RG3 did, but I'm not going to a cookout. I'm not going to like let's say if it's a kickback at somebody's house and I'm bringing my wife and they start talking about black women issues. You think I'm gonna speak up if I have a white wife next to me? You think I'm gonna let her speak up if she's right next to me? No, I'm going to sit there and just sip on whatever I'm sipping on and just listen to the conversation. But I have a black wife, so I can speak on a lot of things. I have a black sister, like RG3. Just think about it when you say things like this. And even most of the stuff he said about Angel Reese is just wrong. Forget about the white wife. It's just wrong. So that's my take on that. One last thing about this DDG situation, and this all I'm gonna say about this until further things come out. I've never been on one side when it comes to celebrity things. Like, I'll let it play out and be like, I disagree or agree with one point, but I've never been firmly on like one side just off of seeing things on the internet. I've never just been like, oh, I agree with that person, I'm on that side, until today, bro. Hallie, she accused DDG of assault, abuse, all of that. And she wants sole custody of their son. Basically, she want him to see the son 6 hours a week. Only 6 hours a week, and that's supervised. And the reason I'm on DDG's side is because, like, I watch him almost every day or every other day. And even if I don't watch him every other day, I've been watching his videos for the past 2 or 3 years. And his whole life is on the internet. But aside from that, it's a lot of variables in what she put out in court documents that is not adding up. When things don't add up to me, I just start questioning and I just start getting on the other side. Like with this Diddy Cassie situation, I'm not gonna speak on it, but obviously I'm on Cassie's side. Like, all this evidence, all these people, all this stuff coming out against Diddy. It, like, some of these things that Diddy's saying, oh, I'm this, like, he's trying to make his case. His lawyers is trying to make his case, but it's not adding up on that side. So guess what? I think Diddy is going to go to jail, and I think he's going to go to jail for a long time. So the same thing in this DDG Hallie situation. She's saying that, oh, on this day, he did this to me. I got a chipped tooth. It's videos out there of her having that same chipped tooth before she said the incident happened. On the same day of the incident, he was in another state. Or hold on, let me retract that, because I don't think he was in another state. But it's all streamed. It's all streamed. Hold on, I got another one. What happened? Oh, she said that he got on live to come at her or something. She was mentally stressed out that night at the Met Gala, but he was on live for 12 hours so that judge can check the whole 12 hours. He didn't just hop online because he knew she was outside. He was on live 10 hours before that, so he always was on live. And then they have a video of her in the club dancing. She say it's assault, but nothing in DDG's camp, nothing in is pointing to the direction that he did this. 4 days after the incident happened, I'm pretty sure the first person Hallie would have told was her sister. Her sister reposted one of DDG's content. Would your sister post your abuser's content 4 days later after you told her it happened? I think not. I think literally another one, and this is all on video. And this is all because DDG fans knows that he streams every single day. So they literally go to a video, pick up a clip, and here's proof. Literally, the next day that she said this incident happened, she was at a table eating, laughing with the family, and I'm not saying like nobody can code switch and turn it on and off and be abused and still be happy and jolly, but I don't know if I would want to be around my abuser's family if they just did all the whatever she said that he did, slammed her face into the steering wheel, pulled her, grabbed her, hit her. And I'm just sitting at a restaurant smiling at my abuser, laughing at my abuser's family's jokes. It's just not adding up to me. And I think because I've been watching DDG for a long time, he literally put his life on the internet. Like, I would want my fans to be backing me if I put most of the seconds I have in the day on the internet and it's documented, and then a woman comes out and say that I hit her, and she's saying all of this evidence, but she has no eyewitnesses. It is no video. She has videos of the marks in. I don't want to get too much into it because, like, domestic violence, that's a serious situation. But at the end of the day, facts are going to be facts. And we going to see in June when that court hearing happens. But I'm just on the side of DDG. The first time ever, man. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all listening, man. Keep listening. I got more to come. I got more news to come. I've been planning stuff for this podcast, but you know, as a game changer, no matter what, you still got to get up and work. Things could be going on. You could take a mental break, but you still got to get up and work, man. That's the word of the day, work. One of the most important things in this world is for you to help others, man. Because a little bit of inspiration, just a little bit, it can go a long way, man. Mr. Game Changer, I'm signing out.